All right, I'm back. I got the frame inside. 1994 Chevy Caprice chassis, pretty large chassis perimeter frame. Picked this car up out in Pennsylvania and stopped by my buddy's shop, Paint by Kevin. Check him out. He helps me with a lot of my builds, as you've seen. Helped me take the body off of this car and get this thing stripped all in one day and get it back to my place so that I can begin doing the fabrication work on this. So what I'm planning on doing with this is there's still a lot that needs to be cut off the frame. This area back here is going to be the trunk area of the car, which sits almost directly above the rear wheels. So a lot of this is going to be cut away and maybe a little bit easier to walk around. And we'll be stretching the frame approximately 2 feet, be cutting it somewhere in this area and this area, and inserting a 4x2 3/16 wall tubing section in here, at least that's the plan, and plug welding it up and retaining some of that C channel. But as you can see over here, not a great design. That's where the body mount was, and another hole directly under it, so it got rotted and broke and got a little wavy right there. So I'm going to be cutting a lot of this out, just because it's just not structurally sound there. So that's all going to get replaced and boxed in with the other piece of tubing. But we'll be making a new trans mount. It's going to have an LS2 motor in it that I'm building right now. The motor is going to be dropped down a couple inches and moved back approximately the same length as I'm stretching it. So the motor is going to sit back and down, that way it can get the nose on and it'll clear the front nicely. This is a good frame, good chassis to do air suspension on. It's another reason why I chose to do this chassis, because I originally was doing a C4, an 89 C4 chassis, which is a really good chassis, and other builders have had success doing them, and they look real nice, they ride real nice, good brakes, you know, a lot of good Corvette components. But I ran into some complications with it, but it was all pretty much me and not being able to utilize the platform, I guess, the way I wanted it to, because I wanted to do a more simple air ride suspension, and with the C4 is a little bit trickier, but they make bags and they make kits for these chassis. So I decided, since I was going to be fabricating a firewall and a floor and everything in that other chassis, that I would cut my losses at this point and go with the B-body chassis, which still going to be tricky, but I think it's a better platform for what I'm looking for. As you can see, I can take these springs out and put airbags in, be replacing a lot of the bushings and components there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess the next video or next pictures, I'll show the extension done and some of the ways that I did it to get this stretched. It's going to be approximately 141 inches at the wheelbase. So that's going to be a pretty long car. The car is 20 feet long, so we are limited on space, but we'll make it happen.